Strap in for the Steve Dangle Show, only on Fusion Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the December 4th, Sunday, December 4th. December. That's a new month. Show's going great so far. Sunday, December 4th, edition of the Steve Dangle Show. I'm Steve Dangle Glenn, here with Justin Fisher on the boards.
Good morning.
What's up,
How are
dude?
you?
I'm good. Should be tired. Got home at like 4 last night. What did you do? Did you do anything? And
No,
if you did, screw
I
you.
watched the game, relaxed. It was nice.
See, because of the whole CBC thing, which is awesome and I love, I'm not getting home until 2:30 on a lot of nights, closer to 3. But if it's a Friday or Saturday night, which it often is, I'll text my friends, "Where the party at?" you know, and I'll get there, and it's basically just to drive people home. But like that tacks on another hour and a half to my night. You know the awkward thing I'm just realizing?
What's that?
I didn't text you.
No.
I'm
No,
really
no.
sorry.
No. It never happens. That's okay.
Yeah, well, screw you. That's what I think. How about that?
No, actually, you know what? I was helping somebody move yesterday,
Oh,
and had an early morning, 8 a.m. because of it. So
Boo.
8 a.m. to start the move, not to get up. So
you were happy to get some sleep.
So I was good for. I was pretty tired by the end of the day.
Well, Justin.
And then but I was excited because I got to watch the Leafs game, and I felt that would raise my spirits.
Did it?
Not really.
Oh, why not?
Not really. You know what? The Leafs didn't. I mean, I know this is what I do. I know it's different for you because you're actually working with the games. But
Yeah.
what I do is I sit at home with my laptop and I watch the game and I stay interactive the whole time. I feel it adds another element to watching the game.
I try to. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
I
But
tweeted
you-
a few times during the game.
But you understand what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, So I am. I'm at home last night. I am got my laptop on and got my phone and all my stuffs, and I'm like, yay Twitter, and while I'm watching the game, and I think that I think that Twitter frustrated me last night more than the actual game did. That's what I think. I think I was
Okay.
I think Twitter I think there was just too much complaining.
I need
moaning
you
and
to explain
groaning.
this then, because I missed out on a lot of the fun.
Oh, it was just there was a lot of and I mean, we're part of the problem, Stephen. But
Explain.
negative media and everything
Oh.
like that. It was just a lot of moaning and groaning. I'm not saying that I was upset with the negative media, because I think that honestly, when it comes to the Leafs, the media has a lot to feel negative about. This is a team that hasn't made the playoffs in a decade. So
It's frustrating.
So
Well, and here's something else. The media, some of the Toronto media, whether they are, like closet fans of the team or not,
yeah,
if the Leafs don't make the playoffs, that affects cash flow
oh yeah,
big time.
Yeah, yeah.
It gives them something less to cover.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at TV revenues.
Yeah, because
gotta-
you go from
you gotta look at a lot of
having
things.
you go from having what 3 or 4 guys, like for a newspaper, we'll say.
Sure.
We'll go from 3 or 4 guys covering the team all year to 1 guy covering the playoffs.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You might not bring a guy back.
Yeah.
See you in September. See you in October.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, here's some golf you can cover,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
some sort of other summer sport.
Or the Commonwealth Games.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What?
That is the big time.
Is it?
No.
It's...
You want to know how little I care about the Commonwealth Games? I don't know what the Commonwealth Games are.
And they're being hosted here.
No, that's the Pan Am.
Well,
So you don't know what the Commonwealth Games are.
no, that's how little I care.
Okay.
Now, if someone was like, Steve, would you like to cover the Commonwealth Games? I'd be like, yes, and I'd be there with bells on, and everything would be well researched, and it'd be great. But no one's making me care about it, so I'm not gonna. I don't know. But
Are
yeah,
you in
so
the
just
chat?
People being
You're in the
negative
chat?
Nancy's. Oh yeah, I'm in the chat. I was just about to
You
say
should.
that.
You
Justin.
should. Everybody else on there should be in the chat too.
Listen to me try to cover my tracks. I was just about to say that. No, I wasn't. You can tell by how I was talking. FusionRadio.ca. You're here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear the show. So why not click live chat, upper left corner. Get in there, and we will live chat with you. Hi. It's going to be mostly you guys live chatting with each other.
And if you have questions or anything like that, I'll try to keep up with
Yeah.
them and bring them up on here.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's talk then a little bit more about that Leafs loss.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to some other things. Fistrick's hit on Niederreiter we'll talk about. And here's why the preview is good. It gives you time to watch the clips if you haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll do that right now.
yeah. The 2-2 hit on Ryan Miller, which I think is going to be a little more talked about. Yeah, he got hit again by a guy wearing yellow. So it's not a good color for Miller. And Matt Molson, 4-goal night. And maybe something we'll talk about after we dump on the Leafs. But they're practicing in Central Park today, so that's kind of neat.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I feel like
Okay.
I feel like Julia Roberts would be there.
I feel like that's a movie reference, but
I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming that at some point in time, Julia Roberts was in a movie that was filmed in Central Park.
probably sucked.
Probably.
Julia Roberts makes terrible movies.
Well, makes successful terrible movies.
Yeah,
Much like the Leafs.
that wasn't a
Nailed
good
it.
transition. You've been on such a hot
Nailed
streak.
it.
You've been on such a hot streak, man. All right, fine. Leafs lose to the Boston Bruins.
Yes.
4-1.
I'm shocked.
Are you?
No.
Now, here's the thing. Why are people getting so upset with the fact that the Leafs are losing to the Bruins specifically? And why can't the Leafs beat the Bruins? When a couple years ago, when the Leafs were losing literally every game to the Buffalo Sabres, everyone just went, oh, it's the Sabres.
And the Bruins have become the Sabres.
Yeah, the Bruins are the new Sabres to the Leafs.
Yeah.
Except
And
they're
the
in first place
Sabres
also.
were the new Senators.
Explain.
Well, there was a time when Ottawa just walked all over Toronto.
Yeah, and then lost in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but,
that was that time.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned something on the way in here,
Yes.
and I liked it.
Okay.
It actually made a lot of sense.
Really?
I believe it or not.
Okay.
Leafs stayed. Actually, you know what? Before we talk about that, James Reimer got the start.
Yeah.
Do we want? Let's talk about this issue.
Okay.
We'll talk about the game a little more thoroughly. First of all, let's talk about whether or not we agree with that decision, or what did you say? What did you say about the decision before the game? Because obviously, we can just say it's the wrong decision now. And
Oh, I liked it. I have no problem.
you liked it?
Bringing Reimer in?
Yes.
I have no problem with Reimer playing if everybody feels he's healthy
Right.
and if he's being. I mean,
well, yeah.
I don't like when players are like, yeah, I stopped having concussion-like symptoms yesterday, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, Reimer. It sounded as if Reimer had been healthy for a week. And was
I'd say maybe
practicing-
even longer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
was practicing fully and was doing, and he was fine. And if he wants to play, he wants to play. And he has that, and I think he has that right, considering he is the team's #1 goaltender.
Now, okay, he hasn't played since October 22nd.
Yeah.
Bruins haven't lost in regulation
Yeah.
since October 29th.
Okay.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Leafs haven't beaten the Bruins yet this season. In fact, they've gotten killed by them every game.
Mm-hmm.
The 6-3 game was maybe
With
skewed. What?
with Gustafson and Scrivens in net.
With Gustafson and Scrivens in net, Which I guess that's a fair point,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something I'm willing to look at because Reimer hadn't lost to the Bruins before last night.
Well, he hadn't played them yet.
No.
Oh,
Like
you
I mean,
in-
like dating back to last year.
oh,
But yeah, you could have said that he was undefeated this season against the Bruins. I don't think a goalie's first game back in well over a month should be against the defending Stanley Cup champions who have won 13 of their last 14, dating back to before Halloween.
but why?
Put it this way.
Because you're afraid of the rust.
Do you think if Crosby was cleared to play, his first game back would have been against the Bruins?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
No, they threw him. He
I-
got a softball. He got the New York
I
Islanders.
still think there's guys on New York that are capable of stepping up on Crosby.
Like in terms of hitting them?
Yeah.
Absolutely. They have tough guys, but for the most part,
I mean,
who's
but
going to catch him?
But with Crosby, I think it's a different situation. Here's what I'll say about this. I think it's a different situation because with Crosby, you can control his ice time, and you can pick lines.
That's a good point. Yeah.
With Reimer, you throw him in for the whole game.
Right.
Maybe what you do is maybe a better choice might have been to start Gustafsson, and
Yeah.
if it's going bad, and if it's 4-1 going to the third or something like that, start Reimer. Let him get a period of action.
I would have been probably more comfortable with Reimer starting against the Bruins if he had backed up Gustafsson the night before. You know what I mean? Just kind of get back into the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
He's on the bench.
And there's 2 games coming up.
Yes.
There's New York on Monday,
Yep.
and it's escaping me now. Who's on Tuesday?
Damn it, Justin! Now you're making me look it up.
I gotta think you start. Okay, let me see here.
This is great radio. So, okay. We got Maple Leafs Rangers Monday. Devils Leafs next night.
Right, I gotta think you start Reimer against New York,
Yeah.
or do you try to go for an easy win over New Jersey?
Well, who was in net the last time the Leafs played New Jersey? It was Gustafsson, was it not?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. I don't know about the easy win. Okay. Look at it this way, Justin.
The Rangers are on a pretty impressive streak. Like they could rival
Oh, they're one
Boston
of the best teams
for
in the league right
yeah.
now. Have the Leafs been losing games recently because of Gustafsson?
No, oh, that's a good point. They haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't. It's been a team effort, or lack thereof,
Now,
and it's been injuries.
just because of the hierarchy of things, where Reimer is your number one. He should be. Reimer at his best is your number one.
So
He's going to start against the
We-
Rangers,
we
and
just-
Gustafsson would start against the Devils, I would imagine.
we just were asked, should he have played last night or not? Was Reimer? We didn't really answer that question.
You smell. Whoever said that. No, it's true. Justin said his piece.
I don't
He's-
see why not. Yeah,
said yes.
I think he should have.
I say
If he wants to play, he wants to play.
I think it's a little obvious I didn't want him to play, no?
The issue.
Isn't it?
Okay, so Steve says no. I say yes. The issue that I had though with Reimer starting was not Reimer starting. I had an issue with Wilson lying about it.
Okay, you had an issue with that.
I had an issue. I have an issue. I don't have an issue with
I did
Ron.
not have an issue with that.
I don't have an issue with Ron Wilson saying, "I don't know who my starter is yet." I have an issue with Ron Wilson saying Gustafson's
Well, that's
starting.
a lie too. Because he does
But
know.
that's okay. It's
It's a different lie. It's not a
different.
misleading lie.
It's not a misleading lie. It's that's just withholding information, but flat out lying. And saying Gustafson's going to get the start, and then saying Reimer's getting the start. I knew this 3 days ago.
All right.
That's weird.
Now, here's what I'm struggling to understand. Obviously, many reporters
Yeah.
hate that Wilson does this.
Yeah.
And I'm not covering that beat. I'm not Jonah Siegel or James Myrtle or any of those guys that are regularly in the scrums. So I don't really depend on Ron Wilson's answers. They don't
Right.
either. I don't think they need.
There's
his
other
answers.
there's other storylines.
Of course,
Yeah.
and they're talented writers
Yes.
and reporters and whatever. I don't see how much Wilson lying hurts them. I don't understand what the huge problem they have with it is. It's exciting to me. Every movie, every
Twists and turns.
Yeah. You live for the twists and turns.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, this happened. What?
Yeah.
You can't tell me the last 15 minutes of The Departed. Whoa, what? That was the best part. Was the end, and it was a great movie the whole way through. He's dead. I thought up until the final scene. What's wrong with the twists and turns?
I thought.
I don't think the fans have a problem with it.
I appreciate twists and turns.
Please tell me in the chat.
I didn't appreciate that twist and turn. I appreciated the twist and turn when Claude Julien was like, "Well, I can do that too," and they started Rask.
Oh, did he really do that?
Yeah, because the Rask.
I didn't know that part.
Rask wasn't going to start, and then throughout warm-ups and everything, it looked like, and then all of a sudden Rask comes out first, and it was just like,
well, this is interesting.
But really, I mean, Rask has an awesome record against the Leafs.
I mean,
yeah,
he's a good goalie.
He's a really good goalie. He deserves to be a number one. And the only reason that he's not a number one is because he's got a Vezina winner sitting in front of him.
Thomas is Benjamin Button. It doesn't make sense.
You know what? I had a discussion with somebody. Can we talk about the Boston goaltending for like a minute?
Sure. Well, I mean, it has to do with the game.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody about the Boston goaltending situation.
Satu agrees with you, by the way.
And thank you. And some people were saying, oh, well, you know, when Tim Thomas's contract is up in, I believe not this year, but after next year, in 2 years.
I'm surprised it went that long, eh?
Yeah. And when his contract is up, Rask is going to be ready to start as the number one. And I said, I disagree. Not in that I don't think Rask is a number one goaltender. In that I think Thomas
is going to be done.
Thomas doesn't want to retire. He's just going to keep on playing well. He's going to be a Dwayne Rollison and play until he's into his 40s.
He's been pretty fortunate, though, as good as he's been. When you're that old, if you get hurt, you just can't deal with it the way a younger player would.
No, you're right.
So if he gets a groin injury this season, mid-season, something not good for a goalie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to start. That's the beginning of the end.
And you're going to need a guy like Rask.
Think. I also would have thought him going to Finland for like half a decade would have been the end.
Here's a question.
For him.
Here's a question for you. If Tim Thomas blew a knee or, got a groin injury tomorrow, would Rask be able to get them deep into the playoffs?
Yep.
Win another cup?
Maybe. See, here's the thing I have with that. They don't lose games because of Rask.
No, that's true.
They don't lose games because of Rask. But they win games because of Thomas.
Yeah.
He steals them games.
Yes.
And,
I think he stole them the entire playoffs, to be honest.
They don't get past the first round.
Yeah.
They don't get past the first round.
Him and Thornton.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, guys, jump on.
Yeah.
Going to the cup.
Yeah. What's great is Justin's talking about Sean Thornton.
Yeah.
Oh, please, someone mail this show to a few years ago. That would have been great. Anyway, they won games because of Thomas. And it's not a question of whether or not Rask can be good. He needs to be cartoonishly good. And I've talked about the punk test and the Bruins swagger and all that. And I think a lot of their confidence comes from the fact that they're not going to goof up. But if they do, you're not scoring.
Yeah. That's
you're
true.
Just not.
It's true. Boston can't play their game and be a grinding and because I think that Boston is a talented team, but I don't think they're an overwhelmingly talented team. They've got a decent amount of talent, but they've got the requisite amount of talent, but they grind and tire you out, and they're bigger and stronger, and that's it. But they can't play that game if they don't have.
They're Brian Burke's dream team.
Right, but they can't win a cup. They can't win games unless they've got a guy behind them who can stop the pucks when their offense dries up for 3 games straight.
Yeah.
Boston can't play their game without Tim Thomas.
No.
So which begs the question: is Boston going to be a dramatically different team when it's Rask's turn to be the number one goalie? And maybe they will, because Tyler Seguin doesn't fit the mold of the Boston Bruins, but he's an incredibly talented player, and he's the guy they're going to build around.
You know what? I'm not so sure Seguin doesn't fit the mold of the Bruins.
I don't think he's. I think he can. I think he's not. He's not.
Did you ever meet Tyler?
No, we had him on the show though.
We had him on the
Yeah. When we couldn't get Kadri. And then we got Kadri.
And then we got Kadri too. That was good. Seguin is a big kid.
Yeah.
Deceptively big.
Yeah.
He's like kind of skinny.
Maybe.
But he's also got like Popeye arms.
Yeah. No, he does. Oh, yeah.
And I think in a couple of years, when he decides to start killing dudes, he's going to start killing dudes.
And maybe that's something that he'll have like rub off on him from the rest of the Bruins right now.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
I mean, he's playing with if Tyler Seguin had gone to a bad team, like the Leafs. If Tyler Seguin had gone to a bad team,
he'd have scored more last year.
Like the Islanders or whatever.
He would have scored more last year.
Well, that's true. But I'm talking like, it's sort of the same thing with John Tavares. John Tavares doesn't play with the confidence and protection of people around him, because he's that team.
Well, because the Islanders.
Seguin is insulated.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's get to the game. It's been long enough. Now, you made a good point walking over here.
Yes.
Leafs were with the Bruins. They were with them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Krejci scored. Grabowski tied it right up.
Yeah.
What was the turning point? When did the Leafs lose that game?
I thought they lost it when Krejci scored.
No,
because
really?
Because the thing is, and I said this. I mean, I said it, but I didn't necessarily believe that it would amount to much. Is that you take a look at Grabowski's goal, and I mean, that's just luck. That's just it's a great shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a seeing eye shot.
A little bit of luck.
That's a seeing eye shot that he didn't mean to make. And I think it was deflected too.
Yeah.
I think it was deflected as well.
If anyone puts a slap shot bar down,
yeah,
it's pretty difficult to do.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
and
from the knee.
And I said that this is the type of goal that the Leafs are going to need if they want to beat a team like the Bruins, lucky ones. But
right.
I wasn't expecting them to get 4.
No. What gets you goals? Mistakes,
Yes.
skill.
Bad goaltending.
Well, that's mistakes. To me, that's
okay.
just
Okay. Yeah.
That falls under mistakes.
Yeah.
Mistakes, skill. So that when I say skill, I mean the other team didn't make a mistake, but you did something so crazy that you scored anyway.
Yeah.
And luck.
Mm-hmm.
Krejci's goal, mistake.
Yes.
Wasn't covered. Grabowski's goal, luck.
Yeah.
We'll call it luck. Chris Kelly's goal, skill. And I think that's what killed the Leafs.
Yeah.
Is Rich Peverly's pass, they were doing things right, and they go, what was that?
Did you watch the replay again?
Oh, there was a mistake involved.
Because no, there was a mistake involved, but watch the play again, because that pass was not meant for Kelly.
You think it was supposed to go to...
there was the guy in front of the net.
Who was that, Pouliot? It went through his legs?
Maybe, and that's where Reimer was lining up to.
I don't think so.
Because you look at it, and it just goes right by his stick, and then Kelly's there with his stick on the ice. And that's the way to play.
Kelly, and I said this in the pack I voiced last night, the Pelly mouths, what a pass to Peverly. Not smiling, not joking, not anything. He just looked at him like, holy S, dude. Holy crap.
Well, Peverly's going to take the credit, but I mean, the thing is, I don't think Peverly meant to get it. He
passed it.
I want to watch it again. I would like to watch it again and see, because I don't
Let's
think
do it right
that,
now.
I don't think that. Okay.
Probably have to put up with an NHL.com commercial. We'll talk about it till... Shut up. Anyway. I think he passed it too fast or too hard for it to be destined for anyone other than Kelly. Okay, here it is. This doesn't really help anyone in the chat, but I don't care.
Okay.
All right, there's Pouliot. Oh, come on. You're going to show us this much? Let's go. All right, here we go. Here we go.
That was
It went through Pouliot's legs.
That was in Pouliot's feet. I think that was
It went through his leg. No, we're going to see it again. We're going to... Oh, no, we're not. Replay. You better not show a commercial again, you smelly. Okay. I think he meant to do it. Here we go.
Okay.
He had his head up. He was looking.
I don't think so.
All right.
If maybe at the very least, Reimer didn't think he was going that way.
Well, no one did.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelly also wasn't covered very well.
No.
So, but okay. So we disagree on that then, because in my head,
it's still getting the puck in front of the net. It's still. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad goal.
No, God no. To me, that was the killer, because the Leafs were playing a good game. They were playing with the Bruins, and then that kind of ridiculousness happens, and they go, all right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Where's our guys doing that? They can't, because Chara is gonna just squish Kessel, and if you cut off Kessel, it's difficult for Lupul to do it all himself. Or Bozak, or whoever. I don't even know who's on that line anymore. It's difficult, man. And then Boychuk's goal, mistake. Horton, mistake. Reimer should have had the Boychuk goal. And also, Phaneuf cleared it right to Boychuk by accident. And the Horton goal, Reimer never saw it. He was being screened by Franzen, who didn't have a stick. He didn't have a stick, and he's trying to fight off Milan Lucic.
Yeah, and he did a pretty good job. I mean, he got.
He did, but he screened his goaltender.
That's the thing. He definitely removed Lucic out from in front of the net.
He shoved him down,
which is great.
Knocked him on his ass. Yeah.
In doing so, he completely blocked Reimer's view.
Yeah.
And with no stick, trust me, when you're a defenseman, you have no stick. You feel lost. You feel like, oh, God, what do I do?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
Because it's so but it's serious. It's so tough because you can't.
Do I put them up here? What is that, Step Brothers? I think. Anyway,
you don't know what to do because the thing is, you can't grab or clutch a guy. You just gotta shove them, but that's all you can do with no stick. What happens if the puck comes to you? You just kick it, try.
It's
tough.
It's fun watching a player without a stick.
It's
just
tough.
going.
It's tough being a defenseman.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know. So that's that. Leafs lose.
Yeah.
But today, they're in Central Park.
Yes. With Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Not entirely sure if that's true.
Signing autographs and whatnot and practicing.
Yep.
So you think Reimer, Rangers, Gustafsson, Devils?
That's what I would do.
That's what I'd do too.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's not much to be had there, so never mind.
No.
One last thing I want to say about the Leafs, and we'll move on.
I mean, Scrivens for both. Oh, woo ya.
Oh, woo, he's been good. Some people that fans forget are not in the lineup. Mike Brown.
Including myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mike Brown.
Yes. They miss him.
Yep. Who else did you say?
Commissaric.
Commissaric has not been bad this season at all.
No.
Someone everyone forgets about because he's always hurt, but he's such a key part of the team when he's not. Colby Armstrong.
Yeah.
Colby Armstrong, that's someone you want to have play against the Bruins.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because you know what? He's the type of guy. You know who he is? He's Marchand.
Colby Armstrong.
With a few inches.
Marchand with a few inches?
Yeah.
That's an interesting comparison. I don't know about that.
It's same type of
presence.
Same type of pest player.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the hands or skill.
He's the defensive yin to Marchand's offensive wang. Wang. Wow.
Excuse me.
Wow.
This is
that's the Steve Dangle show.
I wish I had a soundboard for
Yang.
that. Like, I mean, it's just
offensive wang. You ever tell yourself not to say something in your head,
and then you just
and it makes you say it?
Do.
Brad Marchand is the offensive wang to Colby Armstrong's defensive yin.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense.
Anyway, yes, he would have been a good factor.
Yeah.
For the Leafs. Now, some nastiness. People being mean to each other. What?
Did you know that Mike Komisarek is the sole plus-minus leader on the Leafs team?
Really?
At +3.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's disappointing.
The next one is Joe Colburn and Luke Shen tied with +2.
Here's why that doesn't say the team sucks, by the way. Here's why plus-minus is misleading.
Yeah.
I need to check the stat because I haven't in a couple days. So let's check it right now. Stats, teams, power play percentage. Leafs are second.
Mm-hmm.
Leafs have the second best power play in the league, second to only the Canucks.
Yeah. Who have, 2 Sedins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're okay.
They're all right.
But they don't get a plus for those power play goals.
No.
How many goals have they scored? Let me see. I guess it doesn't say on this page. Never mind. I don't care.
You mean
22.4%.
How many? Sorry, what are you asking?
I wanted to know how many power play goals the Leafs had, but
22.
22?
Yeah. Vancouver is 27.
Wow. So, I don't know. That's why that stat is misleading.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive wang.
Offensive wing. That's right. That's right.
So a couple things we just saw. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan 2-2 on Ryan Miller.
Yes.
2-2 5 in a game for
Mm-hmm.
running Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Sabres pummeling 2-2 after that. What's your take on that? Is he going to get a suspension for that one?
I think he should.
All right. How many games? I
well,
can't think of the
that's-
last time someone got suspended for running a goalie.
It's tough. I just read something here. I'm going to pull it up right now.
In the chat?
No.
Nope.
Sorry, on Twitter.
Okay.
Prototype said
Adam Proto,
yes.
the Hockey News.
Yes, Adam Proto, the Hockey News says, yes, Brendan Shanahan is a good guy, but if 2-2 isn't suspended, at least a news.
A Wisniewski amount of
Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting. Blah, blah, blah. It's early. It's early to me.
No, it's not.
Wisniewski, like 8 games. Shanny is part of the problem. Do I think the 2-2 should get 8 games for running over Ryan Miller? Can't say I agree with that at all. But
Well, I think that's a little much, Adam.
2?
I don't know about part of the problem.
2? Maybe 3? I wouldn't even go 4.
Here's where Proto's coming from, I think.
Yeah.
What 2-2 did, you're right, not a classically criminal thing to do
Yeah.
in the NHL
Mm-hmm.
In terms of discipline. It's an intent to injure thing.
Yeah.
He tried to hurt him,
and it's
that's
also
what they're taking out.
It's also just timing. It's sensitive right now, especially because it was on Miller.
Yep. That's very true. So he tried to hurt him. Oh, and excuse me. And 2-2 has a history.
2-2 does have a history. That's true.
So
But
that's
my
screw him right
issue
there.
if I'm Jordan 2-2, I say, wait a second. How do you suspend me for 8 games?
When
And
Lucic got nothing.
Lucic got nothing.
Lucic should have got nothing.
Well, I still disagree with that.
Yeah.
But,
We
I
can
mean-
have that discussion all day.
Yeah. I mean, I would
If
have
you
liked
slow it down
but-
frame by frame, that's not Lucic's fault. Because I've looked at it 1,000 times. It wouldn't make for good radio. We won't do it now.
Yes.
But yeah, see, right here. Yeah. So that I can understand why that would piss 2-2 off. But he tried to hurt him. Has a history. And yeah, it's a sensitive subject right now. I think, you know what? I'm coming around on this. I think he'll get at least 5 games.
I disagree with that.
You think he won't?
I don't think he should.
See, okay, I don't know if he should.
But I
I'm
think
saying that's what he'll get.
I think
Should get.
the idea
tough.
was Adam Proto sort of made it sound as if this is the time that you sort of say, okay, no more running goalies. You make an example, and you send a message out to the rest of the rest. Maybe it's not fair to 2-2, but maybe it's the example that you need to set for the rest of the league, saying, okay, running a goalie is not the answer. I would if I'm Shanahan, 2-3 games.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a suspension. I think it's pretty obvious that he went into him.
2-3 games is nothing to Tutu though. He always gets
It's
that.
a healthy scratch.
Well,
Could have just been a healthy scratch for 3 games. But you know what? That might be true. I would have to look at Tutu's history because I can't remember off the top of my head how many times he's suspended and for how long. But I mean, if it's a substantial amount
I
of
think he's
suspension,
got a couple.
maybe
sure.
5 then, if for the repeat offender factor, but for just the crime,
Yeah, but they never suspend on just the crime.
no.
They
Do unless they're a repeat offender.
No, but even if they're not a repeat offender, the fact that they're not affects it. Most guys that get suspended are repeat offenders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
I just said that. I don't have the stat, but I think.
just
I think. There's hardcore journalism right there. Actually, I'd like to research that.
You should go home and do that today.
Well, Brad Boyes didn't. Clark MacArthur didn't.
Didn't,
Max
no.
Pacioretty didn't.
No.
A lot of guys did. Anyway, yeah, no. Tutu's going to get suspended, I think, 5 games. 5. Actually, oh, man.
It's a tough
I'm
one,
starting to
isn't it?
come around on Proto's argument.
You think 8 games?
I'm starting to come around.
Oh,
because,
boy. Oh, dear.
Well, because he said if it's... You got to give a James Wisniewski type suspension. So all I'm doing is picturing what James Wisniewski did to get 8 games. You know, yeah. I'm starting to, I don't know.
Miller wasn't injured on the play. Does that factor
No,
in?
that is a factor.
Yeah.
Shoot. Neither was Clutterbuck on the Wisniewski thing. I'm coming around.
I think,
coming
but
around,
was
brother.
Wisniewski not? Wasn't that like after the end of the game or the whistle or right at the?
Now we have another factor. Let's play Shanaban on this. Let's put money on the line.
We need a segment called Shanaban. with like a courtroom, like a gavel hitting down, like a.
I'm serious.
Kinda-
I want to put money on the line.
You want to put?
I want to put money on the line. And,
Want to put
and-
another? You want to
and-
put another Quiznos sub on the line? Because I enjoyed the last one that you had to buy me. I can't remember.
Why did I have
what
to buy you
for.
that?
I
Yeah.
can't remember why.
I want to say it was the Leafs making the playoffs. Or rather, not.
Maybe. It might have been. It might have been that. But anyways, I don't remember what it
All
was.
right, okay, fine. How are we going to decide?
What's the over-under? You want to set the over-under at 4?
So I think he'll get above 4. You
No.
think under?
No, actually, we said set the over-under at 5.
Come on.
No, because you don't get...
No.
Because if it's 5... Because we both sort of agree on 5, right? But if it's 5, then none of us wins. If it's over,
Guys,
then you
am I
get
getting
it. If
screwed
it's
here?
Under,
Sean's saying 4.5.
4.5. So if it's 4...
Well, 4 and under, you win.
Okay, 5 and
5
up.
and over, I win.
I'll take that. Quizno sub?
Quizno sub.
There
Let's
we go.
Shake.
Handshake. There
There you go.
Attaboy.
Why isn't Quizno sponsoring this?
I don't know.
This is BS.
Quiznos has
We
been
just
a
shook.
longtime friend of the show, and they don't even know it.
A long-time friend of the show. I like that. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to win. I'm thinking I'm going to win.
You know who would have my back?
Who?
Jeff Merrick.
I was just thinking, where the hell is Merrick on this? This would be great. That's a Sunday afternoon for me.
Yeah.
Let's grab some popcorn and watch Proto and Merrick have at it.
Oh boy.
That'd be great if on Merrick versus Wyshynski, the Yahoo Sportsnet show that they have going on, just Adam Proto comes in with a steel chair and interferes with the match. Gunk. Merrick right in the head.
No, I think what should happen is Adam Proto should be the guest referee.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. The
okay.
referee that ends up punching the other wrestler.
I didn't watch a lot of wrestling when I was a kid, but I watched enough to know that that's hilarious. Somebody just Flair Knight in the chat just said Shanaban brought to you by Quiznos. Taste the flavor. We need to get a Shanaban thing.
We do.
Yeah,
we do. This is crap. Because now, if we had put some thought into this, we would have a segment, like a sponsored segment, but instead, all we might have is me having to buy you lunch. This is crap. I'm losing money because of the show. I don't like this. This isn't a prudent, financial model. I don't like this.
I don't know if Quiznos would sponsor us.
They certainly wouldn't.
You know who might?
Who?
We should go and harass the fine people at Shamrock's Burgers.
No. I'm trying to lose weight. No.
Then you should hope to lose this bet. If you win this bet, I'm gonna buy you the sub. But you never said that I can't sit beside you and call you a fatty the entire time that you're eating it.
No. No. Last night my snack at CBC was
if you say
celery,
carrots, I'm gonna. Oh my god.
Celery, carrot sticks, and M&Ms. It didn't work.
Sugar.
I know. Well, celery's negative. Anyway, hockey. Hey, how about that? Fistrick, his hit on Nino Niederreiter, El Nino, who has had just a nightmare of an NHL career so far.
Yes.
Hooray for the Islanders. Brutal. What do you think about that one? I'm thinking.
Shanaban.
Does Fistrick? Shanaban.
Shanaban.
Does Fistrick have a history? I don't think he does.
I don't think so either.
I'm gonna go with 3. He'll get 3 games.
See, you know what? It's really hard to say because there needs to be the what's the word? There needs to be a little bit of time to figure out if Niederreiter's injured. Did Niederreiter just
he looked injured.
get his egg scrambled and then he'll be back? Is it a Mikhail Grabowski type concussion where he comes back and scores the game winner? You know what I mean? It's hard to say.
Yeah, that is a factor. That is a factor.
I'm reading here. Nino Niederreiter has potential concussion. Wow,
he has what looks like a concussion.
Let's just throw a whole bunch of adjectives on concussion and use it as a buzzword.
As far as I know, it's your brain smacking against your skull.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it either happened or it won't happen
that.
from now on.
Yeah.
You don't develop a concussion.
No.
All I can picture right now is I can picture the scene in Austin Powers with Mike Myers being the skull, we'll say.
Yeah.
On the steamroller with that guy representing the skull and just being slowly going there. No, get out of the way. Yeah, anyways, I digress.
Certainly.
I would say. See, you know what? I would give Fistrick's hit more than I would give Tutu.
No. Well, because Fistrick didn't mean to kill him.
For the crime. Fistrick didn't mean to kill him. Fistrick came up really high on a player who was obviously very low.
Yeah. Now that
and then left his feet.
All right.
Tutu was trying to drive to the net and had to deal with the fact that Christian Ehrhoff was sticking out his ass.
Here's why Fistrick's going to get less.
Okay. Not a repeat offender.
Not a repeat offender.
Yeah.
Tutu is.
I'm talking about crime alone.
Crime alone.
I don't have the history, the suspension history.
Is roughly the same. I would say it's it's the same.
See, if it was me, and I'm straddling this 4.5 line that we discussed earlier. If it was me, I would give Tutu 4, and I'd give Fistrick 5 for the crime.
Not happening.
Well, I know, but I mean,
We'll
you know what? This is the reason why I should be in charge of discipline at the NHL.
The Justin Fisher Show here on FusionRadio.ca. Okay, so no history as far as we know.
Yeah, I'm okay with 3-4.
I don't know.
You just said 3, and now you're saying
I know.
3-4.
I don't know. We haven't discussed what he did wrong. By the way,
you flip flop more than sandals of the same name.
Wow. So, you were mentioning Blindside.
No.
Now
I was
that you've seen it a couple times?
No. I wasn't a Blindside. I read
me
somewhere about it was a north-south hit, but Niederreiter was crouched,
Left
had
his
his head
feet, went high.
had his head down.
Yeah.
Fistrick had, I would say, ample time to see that.
Yeah.
And if he wants to crush him, all he has to do is swing out his hips, and you can hip check him. You can stop him along the boards. You can slow him down. But the idea is that with a hit like that, Fistrick had all the options in the world to either A, disengage, not hit him, which is probably not the right answer, or just swing out his rear and pin him to the boards, or stop him, right? But not come up high to his head. That's illegal. And the main point of contact was the head. Was that the clocking sound of to getting the
that
head
was
rung?
brutal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
There was good news for the Islanders. Matt Molson scored 4 goals. Now, let me ask you this. This is very interesting to me because working at CBC is great because I get to watch a lot more hockey, like all the other teams. And watching the Jets is fascinating. Have you watched much Jets this year?
Not a lot. I haven't had a chance to.
It's fascinating. I love it. I love every game I watch them.
Yeah.
I don't know how great the product is, but I love watching them because they're the Thrashers, but they're the Jets. And it's weird watching them come up with a different identity in a totally different hockey market.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think you need to consider several things.
Okay.
There's the Jets roster,
Yeah.
and there's the Jets
Fan base.
fan base, and then there's also the Jets ownership group and management.
Also different.
And I think that the management group inherited a team.
Yeah.
To be sensitive towards the players and everything. You know, there wasn't a mass exodus of players and being traded and everything like that.
Right, they're evaluating
and why
what
would
they
you?
got.
You need to evaluate what you got.
Yeah.
But I think that over the next year or two, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a
lot of changes.
a Brian Burke-like
rebuild.
in the sense not a rebuild because there's a lot of young good players there. I mean, there's a ton of them. You got Burmistrov, you got Scheifele coming up. You've got
Shoot, I forgot about him.
Pavlich.
Pavlich is going to be good
he's-
when he ever gets help, ever.
Yeah, and that's you got Bufflin, you got Enstrom. You know, there's a lot of pieces there that are definitely they're going to want to keep, but you're going to see a lot of change as the GM makes his mark on the team. But I mean, right now they're riding on adrenaline and excitement, and that's not a bad thing.
Right.
But they're going to change.
The reason I ask. Okay, let's pretend the market I'm about to say is big enough.
Yes.
It's not. It's way not. But let's pretend it is. What if there was a team, for lack of creativity, the Saskatoon Islanders?
Okay.
Just threw out Saskatoon.
Yep.
I know it's not big enough.
Mm-hmm.
The Saskatoon Islanders. And they're selling out every night.
Hamilton coal miners.
The Hamilton coal mine.
Okay.
Yeah, well, in that case, it would be the Saskatoon See a Mailbox from 2 Days Aways. That would be the name of the team.
I always like the Wheat Kings.
Yeah, well, they can't take that. That's the Brandon Wheat Kings. The Saskatoon Mailboxes.
Yes, Saskatoon Snowdrifts.
But they're the Islanders.
The Saskatoon old pickup trucks.
Yeah.
I've never been to Saskatoon, by the way. I'm just assuming that there's a lot of.
I have been. So in that case, I would call the team the Saskatoon.
Really cold.
Girls walk around in nothing but hoodies and flats, even though it's minus 40 outside.
Okay.
A 40.
Girls be crazy. Is that what we're saying?
No, people from Saskatoon be
be
crazy.
Okay.
They have different blood.
Were you sitting
I'm
there-
walking around with 2 toques on and a parka.
Yeah, were you sitting there with a parka and like all your hats and your mitts and everything like that? And some guy just goes,
tourist.
Some guy just goes, some guy just goes like jogging by in short shorts, being like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
That literally happened.
I know.
Yeah. No, a guy. Okay. Yeah. I'll get to the Islanders in a sec. Shut up. You like the story.
Okay.
Couple stories. One, me and 3 friends were taking a picture on the lake. It was really cool. Because in Saskatoon, it's so cold that there's just steam because. Like, there's just steam coming off the lake. Because any amount of heat you see.
Okay.
Or not the lake, the river.
Yeah.
We're freezing.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to take the picture quickly so that the camera doesn't break.
Yeah. Because that'll happen.
Because that'll happen.
Yeah.
Joggers go by in tights. We're dying. We're afraid to expose any skin. And there's joggers go by. Another night, we walk from the hotel to a restaurant. Maybe a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
We're dying by the time we get there. A gentleman rides by on a bike. Snow. He's wearing sweatpants and running shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And we go, "Sir, how are you riding your bike in this?" It was like probably minus 35 that night. He goes, "Oh, well, you know, it's not so bad. The other day was minus 50. I couldn't go anywhere. My gears froze up."
Meaning
The fact that his gears froze up is the only reason he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he would have gone.
He would have
otherwise-
gone.
Oh my god. That's.
He would have walked. He probably had a time limit.
That's too cold. I was miserable about putting on a sweater this morning to come out to the show. Like, oh, it's gonna be cold outside.
Anyway, Saskatoon Islanders.
Yeah, Saskatoon Islanders.
So-
Saskatoon, by the way, is not an island.
No.
But we're going with it.
We're never getting to this. Flair Knight goes, "Are they human?" No, they're not. They're lovely people. Lovely. Here's the great thing about Saskatoon. Screw the Islanders. Oh, let's start telling stories.
Satu says, sounds just like Finland. I never want to
yeah.
visit you.
Yeah. That's probably not too far off. They speak English. Well, so do people in Finland, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sweden almost all speaks English.
It
Did I
is.
just compare the Swedes to the Finns? Satu hates us now.
Yeah.
I just did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in other news, Canadians are just like Americans. Did you know that? No. Okay. Saskatoon. There's nothing to do. But everyone is at the nothing there is to do. So we went to a theater. Avatar had just come out when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Every movie was packed and sold out.
Yeah.
Because that's what there is to do.
Mm-hmm. It's a simple life.
It's, well, I don't know about that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that in an offensive way. I'm saying it sounds wholesome and fun, and nice, and not complicated. Also
I don't
boring.
know.
Sounds pretty boring too. Just for me personally, but it was. Islanders.
Islanders. Let's pretend.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just letting you. Ready?
Good.
Ready? And 3, 2.
So the Islanders moved to Saskatoon. Let's just say that.
I hope there's more. No, that's it. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. I'm turning off my own. I'm turning off my own mic. Here you go.
The Islanders moved to Saskatoon!
I've turned off my own mic.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The Islanders moved to Saskatoon. Are they a better team? Just cause they're there. No changes. Coach is the same. GM's the same. Owner's definitely different. And the team is the same.
Yeah. Just because of a new outlook.
Because they have change to look forward to.
Yeah.
Islanders don't have change to look forward to. What's going on there?
They do. They do. They have great change to look forward to.
What?
I disagree.
Charles Wang eventually getting rid of the team?
No, because the team is going to be much happier when they get to live in Brooklyn. It's going to be... They got change to look forward to when they moved to Saskatoon. No, it's... I still think the Islanders are a team that you just need to wait 2 years and let some of the guys develop.
Sorry. Rich in the UK says, what are the team colors?
For Brooklyn?
I
don't know,
I'm thinking for the Saskatoon Islanders.
Oh, well, for Brooklyn or for Saskatoon, it's got to be plaid.
No.
It has to be.
I'm thinking white everything.
White everything. Just a big snowdrift.
Yeah, it's just a big.
You wouldn't be able
the
to-
Saskatoon snowdrifts.
You wouldn't be able to pick them up on the cameras. It would just, they would look like the ice.
That's what I'm saying.
They'd have to
I'm
do
saying
the,
it to be a silly goose.
what's the
White jerseys with white writing for the logo.
What's the NCAA football team? I think it's
I don't
Boise
know.
State or something. They have their field is completely blue grass, like it looks like neon blue, and everybody stands out because it's not green.
Weird.
It's really weird. But I mean, they'd have to dye the ice to see the players. It'd be crazy. It would be a
Black
great
ice.
black ice.
Yes.
Sounds dangerous.
Then you wouldn't see the puck.
Saskatoon black ice.
Then you wouldn't see the puck.
They would win every game.
We are really getting away from what I wanted to
We
talk
really-
about.
yeah, we really are. We have 5 minutes left. You better reel that in.
I think they'd be better.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be a better team just cut. Like, even a bad team.
The Islanders get rid of their third jersey. Are they a better team?
Yes.
They
Yes.
are. Yeah, they
Holy
are.
crap, is that thing hideous.
Thank you, Sean. That was
It's like they wake up in the morning and go, how can we embarrass ourselves today? It's such a joke. No, they have. Okay, it's stunning. For years now, we've been saying, how long can you really stay bad? Let's think about this. Josh Bailey. Hey, Justin?
yes,
Josh Bailey.
Josh Bailey.
Kyle Okposo.
Which was a mistake.
We'll talk about that.
They could have had Luke Shen.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Josh Bailey. Kyle Okposo.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin DeHaan is a first rounder.
Mhm.
That's not in their lineup yet.
Mhm.
John Tavares.
Hammond.
Travis Hamonic.
Yeah.
The only first rounder. Or sorry, non-first rounder.
Okay.
Out of the
Oh,
guys I
sorry.
just mentioned.
Niederreiter.
Nino Niederreiter.
Yeah.
Who did they just pick up? This past-
Strome.
Ryan Strome.
Yeah.
Who's not on
And-
the team. Neither is DeHaan, but
I feel like they picked up somebody else in the first round too.
someone else in the first round this year? Koskinen is a first round pick. Or 31st. Something like that. Late first, early second. The goalie.
Yeah. No. I know. I was. He could have been a round 31st pick for all I know. I mean, it's
His first game was against the Leafs last year, letting his first shot against by Colby Armstrong. Rister went in. Why are they still bad?
because they're still really young. Sorry. You know what? I was thinking of. I'm thinking of Edmonton with 2 picks.
The Leafs
First
are the
round.
youngest team in the league.
Well.
And I know. They're not
yet
great
to-
either.
Don't you?
Well, because they got nothing to look forward to.
I don't know. That organization's weird.
Just say stupid.
That too.
It's stupid.
Can't be a little bit of both. You look at all their top players and they're all under 23.
Yeah.
They gotta just. I still think that one of these days
Kessel just turned 24.
the Islanders are gonna. Yeah, but Tavares is putting up good numbers. You just gotta wait
Yeah.
for those guys. Calvin DeHaan was never the type of guy that was gonna step into the NHL and make a huge impact right away.
No.
Neither
I
is
mean-
Hamonic. Neither is power forwards have hard times with that. So Okposo's been around for a while. It's Josh Bailey. I just think that was just a missed opportunity.
They could have got Luke Shen.
They could have got Luke Shen. They could have got Colin Wilson. They could have got anybody in between.
Now here's your thing.
Yeah.
You keep saying Islanders should have taken Luke Shen.
Even if they moved down, there was just better options than Josh Bailey.
All right. Well, let's pretend they got Luke Shen.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He makes some pretty bad mistakes. Sometimes.
Yeah. He's also a defensive defenseman, and he's young. And
Right,
they're
right,
not
right,
supposed to
right,
come
right,
to their
right.
prime.
Well, this is what I'm saying. When he's on his game, he's fantastic.
Mhm.
He was the Leafs' most consistent defenseman last season.
Mhm.
Struggled a bit this year. Struggled quite a bit. Shen would be exposed 1,000 times more on Long Island, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be in the minors right now,
Mm-hmm.
possibly. And I'm saying if his career started in Long Island and went.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have made the Islanders at a camp?
Shen?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think so.
Yeah, you'd think so, because the Leafs were pretty god-awful
Yeah.
when he made the team.
Well, the Leafs were... The Leafs...
Bad.
Well, you look at the standings just by the draft. You look at the...
Bad enough to
they were-
trade up to 5th from 7th.
Right. The
Thanks,
Islanders
Boyd
were
Devereaux.
5th. It was...
Oh, wait, no, that was the next year.
No.
No, Devereaux scoring the hat trick screwed the Leafs
Oh.
out of Braden Shen.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, okay, show's done. But what I'm getting at, Islanders got to move if they're ever going to experience any success ever. Al Montoya's okay. That's about it. That's it. That's all I got. Islanders stink.
Before
And it's not the players' fault.
before you leave, as I play us out,
Okay.
I have a question for you.
People say we're already played out. Anyway,
Wow.
that's really ending the show with a roar there.
Who would win in a fight?
Okay, me.
No.
Okay.
You're not one of the options. Who would win in a fight? Brian Burke or Kevin Lowe?
How do we not talk about that?
Yeah.
The girl who conducted that interview was a classmate of mine, Sophia.
With the score. And they haven't gotten much love in this whole thing, but
That's real tough. Yeah, big get for the score.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Always got to kind of root for the score.
I like the score.
Yeah. Kevin Lowe.
Really? You think Kevin Lowe wins in a fight?
I don't know.
Oh, I think Brian Burke wins in a fight. Hands
He had a
down.
longer athletic career,
I think
so I
Brian,
assume he's in better shape. I don't know that to be true.
he doesn't have the truculence that Brian Burke has. Then again, the Leafs don't have the truculence that Brian Burke wants. So I mean, it's hard to say.
Boston in the chat saying Lowe would like to or would have like 6 rings as weapons. Burke would have 1. I got to wear a Ducks Cup ring. Those things are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd leave a mark too.
And pretty much half the city of Boston got a cup ring.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the Zamboni driver, the guy who cleans the
saw
nets.
Man, I would just
Oh boy. Hey,
retire and look at my ring forever. I just find a comfy chair and sit in it forever, just staring at my ring. Well, that's been the Steve Dangle Show here on Sunday, December 4th. Thank you very much for listening. We're going to try something. I'm going to attempt to upload this to YouTube.
okay,
It's going to be huge
it was working.
in terms of file size.
We actually
yeah, was it
recorded
recorded?
today. Yeah.
Good. So I'm going to attempt to do that.
Okay.
We'll see how that works out.
Yay.
But my name is Steve Dangle Glynn with Justin Fisher, and next week he's going to get me a Quizno sub. Thanks for listening.
Wow.
Wow.